guys, it's your girl Patricia and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys BBL mistakes to avoid. How to maintain your butt and your hips after getting a BBL. Oh my gosh, this video is very important. I'm going to be telling you guys some tips to really maximize your results and so that you can keep as much fat as possible and keep your shape after surgery. So I'm very excited for this video. I have a lot that I have to say, things that I went through, plus things that, a lot of women go through after BBL. So we're going to get right into it. I just want to take 2 seconds to talk about this wig that I'm wearing. I am wearing this wig. It is from Sofeel Wigs. This is an 18-inch and it's a 13x4 transparent lace. And so I do want to say this is a body wave wig, but I'm going to be honest, this wig is super thin. And so that's why I wet it into this wavy look, because I want a little bit more volume. If you like more of a natural density, then this wig is good. But for my girls out there that like full hair, then yeah, you might have to wet it or curl it just to receive more volume. But I've been trying to try a different color. So this is their piano color is what they call it. And so it has some brown streaks in it, and it's something different. I've been rocking this for a couple days now. You guys know summer and spring is coming up, so I'm you know what, let me just switch it up a little bit. And so I've been wearing this, and so I am gonna leave the link down below in the description bar if you're interested. But this is just to do. And now we're going to get right into today's video. How to maintain your BBL results, how to keep your butt and your hip. So the first thing that I do want to say is that after waking up from surgery, you are very swollen due to the fat grafting and plus inflammation and the fluids and everything. You're going to be very swollen. One mistake that a lot of us make is that we fall in love with that swollen look. Your butt is going to be very big and voluptuous. That's just what it's gonna be. And so within I want to say 6 to 8 weeks, the butt is gonna start going down. And so the number one thing you do not want to do is fall in love with that swollen look, because guess what, girl, it is going to go down. And this is why I feel it's very important, if you're on the smaller side, how I was on the smaller side, to gain weight and to try to get as much fat as possible. Because if you barely even have any fat, you're going to be swollen. Once the 6 to 8 weeks go by and you start to see your real results and some of the swelling begin to go down, you're basically gonna look like you got nothing done. And so that's why it's important to get as much fat, or try to have them use as much fat as possible. But girl, let me tell you guys, that swelling, and I feel all of us made the mistake of falling in love with that swollen look, because after my BBL, my hips was at a 45 after I got surgery, and obviously it was very voluptuous and big. And right now my hips at a 43, so obviously it's not a big drastic change, but it does go down. And so I always see a lot of comments of women saying, I lost my butt, I lost my butt, I lost my butt. But I think in reality what it is the swelling just went away. Once my hips went from a 45 to a 43, it has stayed at a 40. My hips right now is at a 43 and a half. So once my hips went from a 45 to 43 and a half, it literally stayed that way up until now. It's not going down anymore. So what it really is just the swelling. What you're experiencing is just the swelling that's beginning to take place. Now, don't get me wrong, if you do begin to do things like sit on your butt too early, or you're not wearing the right faja, you can lose fat. But I feel once you're following the right steps, then the chances of you losing fat is not really that much. It's just swollen look. I feel every girl that has surgery is gonna miss the swollen look. So just be prepared. When you wake up off the table, that butt that you see is not gonna be your real butt. And even as doing more research and just obviously what the doctors say and everything, after 6 to 8 weeks is when you can begin knowing that this is your final look. And so just keep that in mind. Before I even get to how to maintain, just keep that in mind. And so obviously what we can do, because I get DMs, I speak to a lot of women, and they're like, oh my gosh, I might need a round 2, oh my gosh, I didn't like my results. So until you can judge your results, what I can say is try to at least maximize your results. And so how you can do that is by eating healthy fats. Being that when they take the fat from our stomach and put it in our butt, it is still our fat back there. So what you can do is eat a lot of healthy fats to try to grow that fat even more. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit on your butt too early. I think this is definitely a big one, because if you sit on your butt too early, whether it's swelling or fat, like your butt is gonna deflate. I didn't start sitting on my butt to 6 weeks, but I know so many girls that waited to 12 weeks. So you want to wait as long as possible to sit on that butt to really maintain it. And I feel like the most important tip is make sure that you're wearing a faja that's no compression. Like when I got my faja from Pretty Girl Curves in Miami, it's a no hip, no butt compression. Because if you put on the wrong faja after surgery and it starts compressing your hip and your butt, once that swelling go down, you're going to lose the booty too. So those 3 tips are very, very important. Eat healthy fats. Don't sit on your butt too early. So follow your doctor's recommendation. And also wear a no hip, no butt compression faja. If you do all 3 of these steps and you notice that you lost way too much fat, or it doesn't look like you got nothing done, or you missed a swollen look, then I'm going to be real with you guys. And you know, a lot of people will say this, but there are a lot of women who do have to do multiple rounds to get that type of look that they want, because you are not going to get a really big juicy booty from the first round. Not everybody one round. Like a lot of these girls, especially when, and I feel like this is why a lot of doctors don't like wish pics and body pics, because they know that, okay, a lot of these girls, 1, edit their pictures, 2, have multiple rounds. Like, and I didn't know either until like I would watch surgery podcasts and, you know, hear about women talk about the experience, and they're like, oh my gosh, yeah, I got 3 BBLs, I got 2 lipos. Like, you don't realize. And I'm like, wow, that's a lot. And so this is very important too, because when you guys reach out to me in my DMs asking about my doctor, is he good, is he good, is he good, and it's like, he was good for me and what I wanted, but you have to do your research on a doctor that's good for you and what you wanted. Like, he does good work on girls that's my body type, that has like a low to medium BMI, nothing too high. Like, so for me, but it's like you have to do research on what's good for you, if you make sense. And so depending on your body goals, like some doctors specialize in projection versus some doctors may specialize in hips, versus some doctors may specialize in natural, versus some doctors may specialize in giving that vixen look. And so depending on what you want, you may need more than 1 round, because, you know, just like I said, seeing what other women go through plus what I went through, that swelling is going to go down and the booty is going to shrink. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like what? Like I said, my swelling, I still have a nice shape, I still look good, but my booty is not as voluptuous as when I first did it. You know what I'm saying? So you just want to keep that in mind. Do not fall in love with your swollen look. What you can do is just try to do things to maximize your results. I feel like something else that is very important is work on that stomach, because even if your butt is not the size that you want it to be, if you're compressing, if you're working on the stomach, you're always going to have a nice shape because your stomach is flat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just see so many people that's disappointed, or, you know, that's not happy, and it's like sometimes you may have to get that round too, believe it or not. And, you know, the doctors know this. Another thing that's very important too, on what your body and your outcome is going to be like, is basically your skin elasticity. Like, my doctor told me that the skin on my butt is very tight, and so I've always had tight skin, like, because even before he told me that, like, my ex-boyfriend was telling me, like, people always tell me, oh my gosh, your skin is so tight, do you work out, your skin is very tight. So if you have very tight skin, like if you work out a lot and all of that, and your skin is tight, it's going to be harder for them to like give you a voluptuous look. And just so that you guys know that I'm not making things up, I actually saw Dr. William did a video on this, and I'm like, yes, he's exactly right. If the skin on your butt is very tight, it's gonna be harder for the doctor to give you a lot of projection, because the skin is tight. Like, if your skin is very loose, then your results can be different. So this is why it's very important to know that doctors work with your body. Like, they're working with what you give them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's obviously there are some doctors that's not good, but a lot of the times doctors is working with what you give. So having these like wish pics and body goals, like, just try to set something that's more realistic. If not, you're gonna be in for a rude awakening. If you like more of a natural look, then 1 round and you're gonna be done. Like, that's it. But if you want more voluptuous, 2 rounds, just know you're gonna probably want 2-3 rounds. And I know that sounds crazy, but you know what I'm saying, it's just based on what you want. And so I'm obviously happy with what what I got. I noticed that I'm very swollen, like, because I've been getting back to work, I've been outside again, so I've been like getting so swollen. Right now my waist is like, when I'm swollen, my waist is at a 26, but when I'm not swollen, my waist is a 25. And so now I just been trying to get back in my faja more. And as far as the hips and the butt, yes, when I got a surgery, my hips was at a 45. Right now my hips is at 43.5, and so I'm like, oh my gosh. But obviously I still have a nice shape and everything, but it's just not as voluptuous as when I first came out of surgery. So it's like, if I do want a more dramatic look, I would have to get around to. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, would I ever, like, would I like, right now, because I'm so early in my surgery journey, I cannot say, like, and that's another thing too, like, it takes up to a year to see your final results. So as of right now, I am happy, but like I said, it takes up to a year. I also heard of like the fluff fairy. The fluff fairy, yes, it exists, the fluff fairy. And I even spoke to one of the girls that got surgery by one of my doctors, and she showed me pictures of when she was like maybe 1 month post-op versus 7 months, and you guys, it was a big difference. Like, her butt fluffed out a lot. This is how I know that the fluff fairy does exist. So if you're watching this video and you're just feeling like really down, you're not liking results, oh my gosh, I lost my butt and my hips, girl, if you're still early on your surgery journey, because I'm 9 weeks post-op, which is still considered very early because my body is not all the way healed yet. Yes, I can go outside, yes, I can do things, but we're not there yet, okay? And so if you're still like early on, and just know that your time may come. Like, don't be too bummed out. I really want to speak about this topic because it's just something that everyone's going to go through. Everyone's going to experience swelling. Everyone is going to see the booty and the hips go down. And some people obviously is still going to be happy, and some people is not going to be happy. So, you know, wait up until a year to see your final results. And then once that year is up, you'll be able to judge, okay, yes, I want a round two. No, I don't want a round two. Yes, I'm happy. No, I'm not happy. But the fluff fairy does exist. And as I was doing my research, they said the fluff fairy, and if you guys don't know, the fluff fairy is basically when the butt begins to fluff out. So right after surgery, because your body is still like new and the skin just got grafted in, your butt is going to appear more smaller, but over the weeks, they say it's supposed to fluff out. And so maybe like 12 weeks. I think I saw anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks. And so that's why I always take my measurements and everything. And so as of right now, my hips is still at a 43.5, and the waist is still at a 25-26. And so I'm obviously going to update you guys if the fluff fairy comes for me. But do in the moment is just continue to do these steps to maintain the body, and I just want you guys to have realistic expectations. Continue to maintain your body after surgery, because like I said, your body is very moldable. So if you continue to compress with a faja, because I'm actually about to put on my faja right after this video, like, I'm not playing no more. I'm going back to 23 hours a day. I want to get to like a 24-inch waist, and so I have 2 more inches, which I think is very possible. I have to lose 2 more inches off my waist. So as long as we are doing things to maintain, you know, the hips, the butt, our stomach, then I feel like maybe we can body. But I just want to come here and just tell you guys how to maintain your butt and hip. Anyways, I'm just going to show you guys real fast what I do. Just have on this pink bodycon top, and so this is that, guys. And so if you're watching this video and maybe you've had a BBL, or you know, just talk about your experience, like, I just want this to be like a safe place for everybody. Or maybe if you have a surgery coming up and you're scared, or you want more tips, but just comment down below. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure that you subscribe to see weekly videos. Also, follow your girl on Instagram at glamdoll_Patrika. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.